It was a picture-perfect day at the Vandermeer Mansion, a sprawling estate, infinity pool shining under the sun, extravagant floral arrangements spilling over marble tables and a buzz of laughter and clinking glasses. As guests mingled in the manicured gardens, a wedding jolted to life, buzzing with excitement. Yet beneath that surface, something darker lurked, a tension that would soon erupt. Lucas Washington stood at the altar, the proud groom nervously adjusting the cuffs of his tailored suit, his eyes scanning the crowd while everyone except one person. His grandfather, Eugene Washington, stood right at the edge of the gathering. But Eugene wasn't just any guest. He was someone whose presence should have commanded respect. Yet from the moment the Vandermeers laid eyes on him, that respect teetered dangerously close to disdain. "Who's that Eleanor Vandermeer?" the bride's mother whispered loudly enough for only her inner circle to hear her gaze narrowed. She draped her arm around her daughter Isabella like a protective shield. "I thought we hired staff to handle this. What's he doing here?" Eleanor's tone was sharp, infused with that unmistakable air of superiority. Little did she know that Eugene wasn't wearing an employee badge, but a legacy one that she was about to learn about in the most brutal way. Before Lucas could move, Philip Vandermeer, his father-in-law-to-be, booted in to offer his own condescending commentary. "Probably just some old fellow who wandered in," he chuckled, rolling his eyes. "I guess anyone can come here nowadays." Eugene stood tall, maintaining an air of dignity, but you could almost see the invisible walls marching up around him. The humiliation written across Lucas's face was a testament to it all. So this is what we're dealing with, Lucas thought. He felt a simmering anger bubbling beneath his cool exterior, one that was trying to fend off the waves of shame crashing over his grandfather, the man he admired the most. Isabella caught sight of Lucas's clenched jaw, sensing the growing tension. "Lucas, don't, please, just let it go." But that was impossible. Lucas could already see the weight of this moment: honor versus family love versus tradition. And while Isabella felt torn, Lucas felt anger, fierce and protective. Yet neither of them knew that the dramatic reveal was just around the corner, waiting to explode the expectations of both families. As the ceremony moved on, whispers circulated throughout the crowd about Eugene. Nothing good. Unbeknownst to the Vandermeers, Eugene held a gold card in his wallet, one that echoed his status in the financial world, a billion-dollar empire nestled under his name that no one had bothered to uncover. With every laughter shared, every drink raised in cheers, they remained oblivious to the storm brewing on the horizon. It was when the speeches began, after the vows exchanged, and the laughter turning slightly forced, that the tension crescendoed. Lucas's heart raced as an aged yet commanding voice rose through the microphone, the president of the central bank stepping forward to announce an unprecedented partnership with none other than Eugene Washington. The air seemed to halt as the crowd awaited the next words. "Today, we celebrate not just a wedding, but a legacy." Dr. Eugene Washington, founder of Washington Industries, a leader in sustainable investment. Gasps rippled through the gardens. The Vandermeers suddenly wore expressions of horror. Eleanor's mouth dropped, Philip fidgeted with his tie, and Lucas felt a simmering blend of pride and cautious anticipation unfolding. Eugene stood poised, dignified, ready to address the assembly. "Thank you for that kind introduction," he began, his voice steady yet rich with power. "Today marks a beautiful union, but it's also a reminder of how easily we misjudge one another based on appearances. I've stood in many rooms where respect is given for titles, not heart. And believe me when I say I have fought hard for every ounce of respect I carry." He went on to share anecdotes of his journey, the struggles he encountered, the barriers he broke down, lessons soaked in wisdom. Then Eugene dropped a bombshell. "And I am proud to announce today that I've acquired Vandermeer Industries Group. I hope we can transform it for a stronger community, one rooted in respect and collaboration." Silence enveloped the crowd, trading spots with disbelief. The room began to buzz with murmurs, glances darting from Eugene back to the Vandermeers. Realization washed over the bride's family, interrupting their condescending commentary. Eugene looked over at Lucas, who beamed with pride despite the tension. Then he flashed a knowing glance toward Isabella, who suddenly felt the weight of her family's prejudice crashing like an avalanche of regret on her shoulders. "Mr. Washington, she stuttered, trying to catch her breath. "Isabella, let's flip this script." Eugene smiled gently, offering his truth. "Your value is not determined by your family's prejudice, but by who you choose to become. You have the power to make a difference. At that moment, the Vandermeers' world grew dimmer, overshadowed by the enormity of their underestimation. Eugene didn't just expose their biases, he offered a chance for growth. He would not seek retribution, but transformation, a rare commodity. Returning to Lucas, Eugene imparted wisdom that resonated in every heartbeat that day. Stand tall, be proud, always fight for your truth, even if the world tries to drown it out. As the wedding came to a striking conclusion, the room erupted not in celebration, but in an honest reflection of character, and those who watched found themselves forever changed by Eugene's strength. As the festivities reorganized, Lucas reached for Isabella's hand. Together, they faced their families, determined to navigate the storm ahead, inspired by her grandfather's resilience. This day would be talked about not just as a wedding gone awry, but as a lesson written in bold letters that character outranks appearance, that power lies not just in wealth, but in the willingness to challenge bias. So here's something to ponder. What does it truly mean to know someone? Is it the titles they hold or the heart they possess, confrontation change, and a chance we all can learn from Eugene's story? If you've experienced something similar or have ever found yourself in a situation where judgment was passed based on superficial traits, I want to hear your story. Drop your experiences in the comments below, and let's dive deeper into what it means to truly understand one another. Don't forget to subscribe for more tales that challenge norms and celebrate human connection.